Action.
Indeed. Welcome back to Basement Movie Room. Today we're going to do, first of all, we're going to rank Zack Snyder's films.
Yes.
We're going to do, I'm going to go through the list.
Have we ever done a ranking before?
Star Wars.
Other than Star Wars. Yeah.
That was one of our better podcasts.
That was earlier. Yeah.
So this time we're ranking Zack Snyder. Zachary Edward Snyder, born
Snyder.
in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Not great.
Go Bears.
Go Bears, indeed. So we're going to be ranking the Snyder films. And here's what we're going to rank. We're going to rank 2004's Dawn of the Dead, 2007's 300, 2009's Watchmen. We're going to rank 2011's Sucker Punch. We're going to rank 2013's Man of Steel. We're going to rank 2016 BVS, Dawn of Justice, Batman vs. Superman. We're going to rank the 2021 Justice League Snyder Cut. We are not ranking the original Justice League. It doesn't feel fair to do that.
No.
And we're going to rank 2021's Dawn of the Dead, Army of the Dead, sorry.
Yeah.
And, of course, the new 2023 Rebel Moon.
Yeah,
So
all the live action.
We're going to get into that. And, all right. I think we just go. So we're going to go 9. So we're going to go 9 to 1.
Oh.
And you're going to go first.
Oh, we're going.
What?
We're starting with 9.
We're going to start with 9, going to 1.
Curveball.
We're going to go worst to best.
Okay.
So what is your number 9 on the Snyderverse in non-DC? Well, DCU included, but Snyderverse number 9.
Okay. So, Schneider. Is there a CH in there?
There's going to be a CH.
So this is the Schneider list.
Schneider.
I think we both are going to agree on the worst.
I don't know that we are.
Maybe we won't.
We're probably not.
We're about to find out.
We're about to find out.
So,
you're about to say the worst.
Worst is Sucker Punch.
Nope.
Wow.
Why is Sucker Punch the worst on your list?
That movie just didn't work on every level for me. I actually fell asleep during it, which doesn't really happen with me with movies too often.
Yeah.
And it just
So
did not work.
It's my number 8.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and announce my number 9, and then we can talk about both of them. Because my number 9 is Batman vs. Superman.
Oh, okay.
Wow. That must be higher on your list.
Very interesting.
Number 9 on my list is Batman vs. Superman.
Okay.
So assume number 8's not that on yours. Is it number 8 on yours?
That's number 8 on mine.
Okay, so we can talk about it.
So we kind of swapped here.
Yeah,
Okay.
We'll talk about Batman vs. Superman first. So the reason I rank this number 9 because it's a massive piece of shit. In my opinion. The only good thing about it is that Ben Affleck was a pretty good Batman. Jeremy Irons was a good Alfred, and Henry Cavill was a fantastic Superman who was misused completely in Snyder's movies, in my opinion. It just didn't work for me on that front. So, why is it your number 8?
Because it's better than Sucker Punch.
It's better than Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch is my number 8.
I mean, there are a lot of things in Batman vs. Superman that I really, really enjoyed. Like the opening scene was awesome.
Scene.
I mean, it was.
Is that Batman?
It was part of Man of Steel.
Okay.
Whether when he's fighting Zod and taking out buildings and
I will say you like Man of Steel more than I do, but I have a feeling it's going to be similar rankings on our list because
maybe
filmography is not fantastic.
Yeah. When I looked at it, I'm like, well, this is going to be easy.
Yeah. It's not easy. So Sucker Punch at number 9 for you, number 8 for me, BVS. We swapped them out.
Yeah, so 8, But there's a lot of goodness in Batman vs. Superman, but the story overall was just,
Yeah, it's a bad story.
Yeah.
And the Wonder Woman part seems wedged in.
Rushed in, yeah.
everything seems rushed in that
Yeah.
movie. I don't know if
The terrible look of, Doomsday.
I was going to say Martha.
Martha was
Martha is
the
just fucking
icing on the cake.
It's awful.
But there's so much good in it to take away from it. But as a whole, you're like, you walk away from that movie and you're like, wow.
Well, building off Man versus Steel. Man of Steel.
Yeah, that'd be a good movie.
It's like he should have done another Superman movie. He should
Exactly.
have done that.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It was way too quick. They were trying to rush it. They were trying to match.
Yeah, they were trying to keep up.
Exactly. And that's the real problem I have with it. I didn't like a single minute. Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor is bad, ultimately.
Oh, he was cringe.
And the Doomsday story in general is bad. I mean, that comic is burned into my mind. The death of Superman is burned into my mind. Like,
they ruined that.
It's nothing. It's terrible. Doomsday is a bad villain in this movie, and he's one of the... Well, I'm not going to say he's one of the best Superman villains, because Superman has such a good rogues gallery. But Doomsday was wedged in. It being Zod, and I'll talk about my problems with Zod when I get to Man of Steel, which is going to be a while. I'm going to be honest. It's going to be a while. But yeah, it's
which is shocking.
Because
I know how much you
know how I feel about
you
that.
hate Man of Steel.
I don't hate it, but I have problems.
Well, we'll get to that.
We're going to get to that.
Yeah.
We're going to get to that.
Because me and you are on a different...
Yeah, we're on a different scale with that. Our ranking is pretty close on
it may be.
Just because of Zack Snyder's other output.
So, Sucker Punch number 8. Mm-hmm. Batman, Superman,
Yeah, so
9.
you were talking about Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
Nothing works.
No.
It's true. It's stupid.
It is.
Sucker Punch is just stupid.
I felt like I felt like the movie title is exactly what I got by watching it.
Sucker Punch to the dick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, funny story.
I'm sure somebody has said that before.
Sucker Punch. I hadn't seen it. I knew it got bad ratings. I bought it on Blu-ray because I'm a big physical movie collector. But I bought it and another movie on the same day. That other movie, which you can find a review on the channel of, which is just me, is before you were doing reviews movie of 13 Assassins.
Oh yes, yeah.
Which, watching those two back to back.
Oh God.
Like, 13 Assassins is an epic story. Sucker Punch, not so much. It's just stupid. It's ridiculous. I think it has some great visuals in it.
We might have to go through and just watch these movies.
Yeah, we might have to.
Back to
back. Sucker Punch has great visuals. It's beautiful, but the story is so dumb.
That's Zack Snyder, period.
It is Zack Snyder.
Batman vs. Superman has great visuals.
And I will say, I don't absolutely hate any of these movies outside of maybe Batman vs. Superman. I really, really can't stand that movie. I think it's terrible, but I don't hate any of Zack Snyder's movies.
I'm going to preface my list with rewatchability. Point. There's a line where it's just rewatchability in the background. I say this a lot.
Background, yeah. You watch
background when I'm cleaning or doing something around the house, working on the house or something. I'll throw on a Snyder movie and let it play because he's got great sound. His scores are normally spot on.
Yeah, I mean,
and you can listen.
He uses Zimmer most of the time, right?
Yeah, with he throws in a few other guys too. Yeah. But he started with Zimmer, like with the Man of Steel and all that. But
Zimmer's score from I'm going to say.
But he stayed. Oh yeah, he's kind of stayed with that Zimmer-esque type score.
Yeah, everybody's. I mean, it's not a surprise. A lot of composers in Hollywood emulate Zimmer and Williams and people like that. I mean, he's a top end.
They're epic scores.
Yeah, he's top end.
And they're good to throw on in the background, and you don't really have to watch the movies. One movie I don't throw on ever is Sucker Punch.
No, I don't blame you.
So that's number 9 for me.
Yeah, and it's number 8 for me, which we're right there together.
Yeah.
Both of those movies.
And Batman vs. Superman, I really don't ever throw that on.
One time.
I've seen it probably 3.
Yeah, I've seen it
one
time.
Yeah.
And it's bad. So, 9 and 8. Sucker Punch. Another thing I'll say about Sucker Punch, it's wasted potential. because that movie's cast is great. Emily Browning is
Yeah.
terrific.
Oh, yeah.
Oscar Isaac being in there as well as a very creepy asshole in the movie.
Yeah.
You got Carla Gugino in there as well, Jenna Malone, and I mean, what's the other gal's name? The Asian girl. She's fantastic too. She's really good in everything.
Yeah, I'm terrible with names.
I can't even name her too. But yeah, 9 and 8. Sucker Punch, Batman vs Superman. They're close.
They're almost interchangeable.
All right, so I'll go number 7.
Oh.
I'll run to number 7, and my number 7 is Rebel Moon.
Oh.
Rebel Moon.
Wow.
Is number 7.
Okay.
And you thought Man of Steel was
That was number 1 on my list.
Number 1. He's fucking lying. So I'm going to preface this when I talk about Rebel Moon. Rebel Moon's obviously higher on the list, so we won't talk about it yet. But I didn't hate Rebel Moon.
Yeah.
So what's your number 7?
Army of the Dead.
Okay, so that's my number 6. I
Okay.
put it above Rebel Moon because.
So here we go again.
Yeah,
we're interchanging.
Right.
Yeah.
So your
I got Rebel
6
Moon.
Rebel Moon.
Number 6.
Well, let's talk about Rebel Moon first. Which we just did a review on Rebel Moon, so we won't stay on it very much. You can watch the review.
Yeah,
it's
pretty great.
Again, epic movie with a lot of good ideas.
Great visuals.
And just to go into what our review said, it has no setup for any of the characters. That's the real problem with Rebel Moon.
Yeah.
And Snyder kind of has that problem. He doesn't set up his characters. Now, when he was going with the DC EU, he didn't need to.
No, they were already set up for him.
Rebel Moon, like, you don't get a lot of background on those characters. You get a little bit here and there. Sophia Boutell's character, I think we talked about this in the review, has the most.
They set up those characters, but they kind of got away from them. Mm-hmm. They were just like, hey, here's what this guy does, but, we're going to throw him to the side. It's more about her,
Yeah. And I see these little yellow circles on the screen. I think we're going to be recording that. I'm sorry about that.
Oh.
Some weirdness with my camera doing that. So, but anyway, I don't think we need to talk much more about Rebel Moon because we have talked about that. Go see our review of that. You can watch it. We talk about it. So we'll talk about Army of the Dead.
Army of the Dead.
Also reviewed.
Yeah. So 7 on mine, 6 on yours.
Yeah, 7, 6. So they're close.
Yeah.
They're close. It's the newer Snyder stuff. Army of the Dead was fun. I thought it was a lot of fun. It's not the greatest thing. Obviously, you got Batista in there doing all he can with it, which I love. Batista, he's fantastic. I think he's very good. We got Hiroyuki Sanada as
the characters in that I think were more fun.
Yeah, they are.
That made that movie pretty fun for what it was.
Yeah.
Which is lacking in Rebel Moon.
Yeah, we're lacking a lot of background on characters. There's no reason to really care about the characters outside of maybe Batista with his kid or whatever. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen that. But it's number 6. Not great character building yet again. Snyder's not a character builder. He's just not.
Once again, I don't throw that one on in the background.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. It's not.
So
it's not really great to go back to.
No.
It's not great to go back to.
The score on that is forgettable.
I don't remember it.
So, yeah.
Tig Notaro was great in it. She was the helicopter pilot. She's great. She replaced Chris D'Elia, of course.
Right. She did a great job. But watch our review of Army of the Dead. It's like a while ago. We did it right when it came out, like, I don't know, a year I think
or so ago.
we watched it and reviewed it
that
night.
It was a while ago. So you can watch our review on that. All right. So, number 5. What's your number 5?
I have Justice League.
I also have Justice
League. Okay. This is where we're probably going to be
pretty
close with.
Close. So, Justice League, again, we did a review on that one, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we have a review on that one. You can watch the review on that one. Justice League is just an interesting story. Snyder lost his daughter. He had to step out in post-production. Josh Whedon came in and just fucked everything up, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, the comparison between the Justice League that was released in theaters and the Snyder Cut it's a different movie.
Yeah,
They're two different movies. And that's why we're not ranking regular Justice League, because despite the fact that Snyder shot it,
It wasn't
it
all
wasn't
Snyder.
him.
Yeah.
And had that terrible Cavill mustache CGI thing.
Oh, yeah.
Just all that. So the original Justice League cut, we're not ranking because we don't count it as Snyder.
Oh, no.
My microphone fell down.
Oh, I didn't.
That's
It's my bad.
yeah, no, it's okay.
You can edit that out, right? Crap, I thought I had it on there.
I'm gonna try to fix it real quick. I probably won't edit this at all. You guys are gonna see it. Oh, man. No, I won't. I'm a terrible editor. So yeah, just watch the review of Snyder's Justice League. It's decent. It's not anything fantastic. Oh shit! My microphone.
Oh
is
no!
all-
Everything's
failing
falling
on me
apart.
right now. Okay.
And we're back.
I'm back. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, it's probably going to pick up in your microphone.
Yeah.
Pick on mine.
Justice
Anyway,
League is fun.
It's fun. It is.
Yeah.
It's good for what it is. It's like
It's long.
Zack Snyder's oeuvre
Yeah.
to the final of his DCEU stuff. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's entertaining. I like it.
4-hour movie.
It's 4 hours. It's ridiculous.
All of his movies, honestly, if you cut out, the slow-mo,
They're like 2
they're
hours.
basically short films.
Yeah, they're not much.
So,
All right, so that's Snyder Cut.
yeah. Rewatchability on Justice League is pretty
It's
high.
good. Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's a good one.
I
I love
rewatched
putting that one on in the background.
Yeah, I've rewatched it. It's
Yeah.
certainly worth rewatching. I haven't rewatched the whole thing. That's a lot.
And I think this next one is going to be a little different.
Yeah, well, okay. I'll go with number 4. I am at number 4, Man of Steel.
Number 4? Hold on.
Yeah, we're at 4. 5 was Snyder Cut. It has to be.
Hold on.
Did you have Snyder Cut higher than number 5?
I'm missing one.
What are you missing?
What am I missing?
Well,
Oh, you had Justice League in there.
I did not. So 9 was BVS,
Yeah.
8 was Sucker Punch, 7 was Rebel Moon, 6 Army of the Dead, and 5 Snyder Cut.
Okay.
So you should be at
I got
4.
3 left. What are we missing?
What'd you leave out?
Oh, do you have his animated movie on there?
No. So the ones that are left for us is Watchmen, Dawn, well.
Oh. Ha! I had to scroll up.
Okay.
Dum Dum, give me Gum
So
Gum.
4 is Man of Steel for me. What's number 4 for you?
I got Dawn of the Dead.
So you're back on.
Yes.
So that's different. So
Yep.
we'll skip talking about Man of Steel right now. What's your number 4? Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dawn of the Dead is higher for me, so we're gonna skip it.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're gonna go to number 3. What's your number 3?
Man of Steel.
Man of Steel. So we can talk about Man of Steel.
So we're interchanging.
So we're gonna talk about Man of Steel. I'll let you go ahead. You like it more than I do.
I liked it. I liked that movie a lot because it was a different take on Superman. It wasn't the normal here to save the day, and it kind of grounded him a little bit.
Probably why I don't like it as much.
Yeah, but it grounded him a little bit, made him a little bit more gritty.
Yeah. And see, that's my problem with it. I don't
But
think it needed that.
that came out in a time when we're coming off The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted that realistic superhero, and it worked, but it didn't work.
Yeah, I don't think Superman was.
That could have been
able to do that.
the movie could have been so much better.
Oh, it could have been a lot better. And the fact that it's number 4 on me.
I like the movie. I don't love it.
It means Snyder's filmography is not that great.
Yeah.
To be honest, I mean, I'm fine with it. I enjoy Snyder movies. I'm not gonna say I don't, but Man of Steel for me just didn't work on a lot of levels. I enjoyed it fine. It's a mid-grade movie, like a 3 out of 5 for me. It's not anything special. You're higher on it than I am. I know you like it a lot more. The one thing I will say, Cavill, perfect casting.
Oh,
Already
God.
said that there's no better
Yeah.
person to be cast.
When they introduced him as Superman, I was like, oh, yeah.
It's perfection.
Yeah.
For sure. So,
In the the trailer with the bridge over the Khazad-dûm music playing with it that's a pretty epic trailer.
It's a good
to
trailer.
get you excited for it.
And maybe that was why I was so disappointed in it, because I expected more from it.
Yeah.
I also think bringing back Zod as the villain was a mistake, to be honest. And Michael Shannon, I will never say anything bad about Michael Shannon. He's an amazing actor. But I don't think Zod was the right villain to bring in for that movie. I just don't. I don't think Zod was.
Yeah,
was
we've
right.
seen it twice.
Stamp is Zod.
We've seen it twice before.
Zod was so good in Superman.
I agree on that.
Yeah.
The villain could have been different, and I think that kind of dragged the movie down big time.
We should have had a different villain.
Right.
We should have.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. It is. Plus, Russell Crowe as Superman's father in it. I enjoyed that casting.
I mean,
great casting. I mean, come on,
Russell Crowe.
I mean, it's Russell Crowe and Brando, Superman's father. So it's like, Brando melded in Superman.
Yeah.
Is Jor-El, but Russell Crowe was great in it.
Reeves wasn't a big fan of his either.
And that's the real problem, because I love the original Superman.
Superman
Christopher Reeve.
Oh God.
He's Superman, and like I said, Cavill's great casting, but I can't get past Christopher Reeve as Superman, and I love those movies. They're some of them, their rewatchability is amazing. 1 and 2, that is. 3 and 4, not so much. Let's pretend those didn't exist. That Richard Pryor was never in the Superman movies.
I watched that one so much as a kid, though.
Yeah,
because it was.
We all did.
Yeah, it was always on.
I mean, it did not matter. It was awesome.
And
like, even so, Superman 2, the Richard Donner cut is even better than the original Superman 2, which I actually really like as well.
Yeah.
The Donner cut is way
better. 2 may be better.
It's kind of interesting that we had like a Justice League movie who got 2 cuts, and we have a Superman 2 that got 2 cuts.
Yeah.
Because the director of Superman 2 was kind of kicked out. Donner was kicked out in the post-production, and Snyder left in post-production for Justice League. So it's kind of interesting we had that.
It's the curse of the Superman.
So 4 for me on Man of Steel, 3 for you on Man of Steel.
Yep.
We got Dawn of the Dead at 4. What?
Yep.
I'll go to my 3. My 3, because our 3s aren't the same. They could be the same, I suppose. 300. Well, your 3 was...
Well, Man of Steel is my 3rd. 4th is Dawn of the Dead for me.
Okay, well, 3 for me, which clearly is probably 2 or 1 for you, is 300. So it's higher on your list. So we're not going to go into that yet. So, what is your 3?
I got Watchmen, 300. Man of Steel.
Watchmen at 3?
I got Man of Steel 3, 300 to
and Watchmen.
Watchmen number 1.
Well, we're going to agree on number 1. Watchmen is his best movie.
Yeah.
So,
by far.
300 was your 2?
Mm-hmm.
Dawn of the Dead is my 2. So we can talk about 300.
Oh.
Start with 300 first.
Dawn of the Dead, your 2.
It's really good.
Yeah,
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's really good. So let's talk about 300, since it's your 2 and my 3. So we were a little off, but we're close on these rankings.
Yeah.
So what do you have
little
to say
difference.
about 300?
I mean, just epic.
Yeah. Good old Jerry.
Jerry Butler.
Jerry Butler.
I mean, everything about that movie just makes me smile.
The beauty of 300 for Zack Snyder is that character building is not necessary.
Right.
He builds Leonidas, and he builds Leonidas' wife.
Yeah.
Lena Headey.
And you get that emotional connection between the two, and everybody else is just there to kick ass.
Yeah. Who else was in that movie? Wasn't it Fassbender? Wasn't he?
Yeah, Fassbender's in that.
Like the second in command.
Hey, you remembered his name?
I did remember his name.
He can never remember Fassbender's name.
I can't remember his name. Fassbender. But yeah, 300 is just wall-to-wall action.
Yeah.
It's like, we watched Dead Reckoning recently, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning recently, and it's wall-to-wall action. And that, like, 300 is basically the same. And then, like, you have Rodrigo Santoro as Xerxes is very good in that. 300 is just, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. You had a couple other guys in there. Oh, what was the other guy in there?
There's tons.
There's a lot of guys in that.
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings guy, yeah.
Boromir's brother.
Yeah, Faramir.
Faramir, yeah.
Well. I can't remember his name, but he's in it as well, and he's excellent. But it's hard to talk about 300 because 300 is just is what it is.
Get after it, and just action. Yeah. But it's so much fun.
It's a ton of fun.
I mean,
and it's like,
it looks cool.
Yeah. And of course, they made a sequel.
But
Snyder didn't direct that.
No.
So we're not considering it.
And the slow-mo was good. He used it good in that.
It was before we knew all the Zack Snyder stuff.
Yeah.
The slow-mo thing.
The slow-mo is played out.
That's where he fell in love with the slow-mo.
Yeah. Good Lord.
All right. So that 300 was your 2. 3 was your Man of Steel. 4 was Dawn of the Dead. That's my number.
That was your number 2. Yeah.
So we can talk about Dawn of the Dead now.
Let's talk about it.
It's a remake.
Yep.
It's Snyder's first big movie. He directed like music videos and stuff before that.
Mm-hmm. Commercials.
Dawn of the Dead, which is widely well respected as a remake. It's one of probably the best remakes out there.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody argues with that. Oh, sorry. But yeah, great cast. We saw Sarah Polley in the other movie we watched tonight. God.
Probably his best character building movie.
It doesn't even require that much character building.
But it's enough to where you know where these characters are.
Yeah.
And you feel for them.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely do.
Yeah.
You like everybody. You even like the gun store owner that's across from the mall.
You
know, that guy. They're playing games like where they're doing the game where they're like Bill Murray or whatever.
Yeah.
And he would shoot a guy and they'd be like, "I got him." That was awesome. All that movie.
Ving Rhames. Oh my God.
Ving Rhames, Sarah Polley, that one guy whose name I can never remember. Mekhi Phifer.
Yeah. Oh God.
All of them are
that
good.
and
Zombie Baby.
the Zombie Baby scene. It always sticks out in my head when I think of that movie.
Obviously, the original.
Excuse me.
Is an absolute classic, but this Dawn of the Dead was.
Oh, it was great.
Excellent remake.
And it's when the video game Dead Rising came out shortly after that. Yeah. Played the crap out of that game.
It's a great game.
And you're just thinking about Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah,
when you're playing that game. Yeah.
I mean, Capcom knocked out
So much fun.
I mean, not much to say about Dawn of the Dead. It's an excellent remake, probably one of the best remakes that's ever been.
Mm-hmm.
It did it the right way. It didn't exactly remake the story, but it used the story and didn't improve on it, but did a better. I wouldn't say better because Dawn of the Dead the original is great with Savini and all them, but it's just
kind of expanded the world a little bit.
It does a good job. It's a great movie, and the ending is such a downer kind of movie, which is the way it should be for a zombie movie. Mm-hmm. It's the way it should be. So yeah, Dawn of the Dead is my number 2. What was your number 2? 300. So we've already talked about that.
Yeah.
We've talked about everything to this point. So all we have left is number 1 for both of us. Watchmen. It is 100% Zack Snyder's best movie.
Oh my God. I love it.
If you're not putting Watchmen as Zack Snyder's best movie, what are you even doing? I mean, honestly, it's just a perfect adaptation of the comic.
A lot of people didn't like that when it came out.
I don't get it.
I don't either. Because when I saw it, I was like, dude, this is great.
It's so good.
Yeah.
The casting in it is perfect. You got Patrick Wilson as Night Owl 2, Malin Ackerman as Silver Spectre, is that it? Or Silk Spectre?
Silk, yeah.
Rorschach, Jackie Earl Haley making his big comeback.
Amazing.
He's so good in it. Like that whole prison
Rorschach,
scene.
You're in here with me. Yeah.
I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me. Oh my God, that's straight from the comic. Like it's a rebuilding of the comic book. And if you ever read the comic book, which I don't know if you have, but I
listened to the audiobook.
It's fantastic.
I don't read.
It's a fantastic
I can't read.
Never learned to read. Is that true? Yeah, everything but the reading. So, Watchmen is perfection and adaptation, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And even Nolan came out recently saying Watchmen was
ahead of its time. Yeah, I saw that.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it's I can't say enough about Watchmen. And it got followed up on HBO.
That's so much better than a lot of the stuff they're putting out now.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean
it
doesn't play it safe like
No.
the MCU does.
Yeah.
It tells the gritty story. Now, the ending was changed.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan in that
Jeffrey
is
Dean
just
Morgan is-
so...
yeah.
He's hardcore.
So good.
You know.
Billy Crudup as Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah.
Yeah, just so good. I mean, the story, like I said, if you've read the book, you know that is like it. And I think that was a complaint some people had. It was just such a slave to the comic book. It's like exactly like the comic book. And I like it for that.
Yeah.
Because that comic book, Alan Moore is a genius. I mean, he is.
Sometimes, these directors take liberties with the content, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Most of the time it doesn't.
Yeah.
And for him to stay pretty true to what the comic is.
Oh, and Matthew Good.
Loved it.
Can't leave out Matthew Good.
You got the script. You already got the script ready for you. Just stick with it.
It's very good. Ozymandias is great in it.
Oh, yeah.
Good. Just everything about it. And then I got a follow-up on HBO, of course.
Yeah.
With the Watchmen show, which was fantastic. If you haven't seen that. And, I think it's a good, indicator of how good the Watchmen movie was, because they stuck with a lot of same visual stuff.
Oh, yeah.
The HBO show, in my opinion. They went with the same stuff, like Dr. Manhattan, very similar, and just the look of the show.
Ozymandias was,
Jeremy Irons played it.
Jeremy Irons, that was a perfect casting.
It was so good.
As an older,
As an older Ozzy,
Yeah.
Fantastic. So, Watchmen, number one, no doubt there. And, we got the
Watchmen, I think, got him all these other Superman gigs.
Yeah, it did.
Superman and, the DC. So, but it was downhill from there.
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, Rebel Moon had its moments, but it didn't get there. We'll see if part 2, which has the worst title ever, The Scargiver, which just sounds dumb.
Which is her name. I actually rewatched it the other day, and that's what they called her.
Is that what they call her?
Yeah. Which, when we did the review, we couldn't remember anybody's names. They're forgettable.
We had a lot of bourbon that night as well, so
that might have something to do with it.
It might have had a little bit to do with it. But yeah, so Watchmen's number one. I'll go through my rankings again. You can run through yours again real quick. So number one, I had Watchmen, Dawn of the Dead, 300, Man of Steel, Snyder Cut, Army of the Dead, Rebel Moon, Sucker Punch, and BVS was my rankings. What was yours?
I had Watchmen, 300, Man of Steel, Dawn of the Dead, Justice League, Rebel Moon, Army of the Dead, BVS, Sucker Punch.
We were close.
Yeah.
We were pretty close.
Interchangeable.
I think you thought Man of Steel would be lower, but it's hard to put it lower. To be honest, because
looking at the list, it's
everything
like
since Man of Steel that he's
it can't fall outside of the top 5.
It has been top 5.
Yeah.
It has been the top 5.
So.
But yeah, Snyder has a visual eye.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
His scripts and his pacing and his character building lacks a lot, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. That's just.
And he's got to slow down on the slow mo. It takes it's starting to just take away from his movies.
Yeah, he really does.
Yeah,
but that's like his thing.
Yeah.
Like everybody expects it when you get into a Snyder movie. You gotta get slow mo.
Yeah.
That's how it is. So, anything else to say about the Snyder rankings?
Schneider list. Schneider's list.
Yeah.
So no, I got nothing else.
You also
it's rewatchability. A lot of rewatchability.
Yeah, and he's also from Green Bay. You had your own rankings, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had your own ranking because he's from Green Bay.
Yeah, when I found out he was from Green Bay, it was Snyder rankings. Number 1, NA. Number 2, NA. Number 3, NA. 4, NA. 5, NA. 6, NA. 7, NA. 8, this might be shocking, NA. 9, NA. 10, all of his Fudge Packer movies. Fuck the Packers, go Bears. That's all I gotta say. He's probably not. He's probably not even a Packers fan.
He's gonna watch this and he's gonna be like, I'm a Lions fan.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they're winning.
All right, so fuck Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
Nice. Nobody likes Rodgers.
Okay.
Except Rodgers.
Yeah, he likes it.